Warning, this video contains high levels of crashing out. Viewer discretion advised.
You know, I had fully intended to wait to make this video until the series was over because that's when I usually do these videos, but Phoenix is getting the shit beat out of them so bad, I don't think I have to wait because we know how the series is going to end. There was like a 95% chance this ends in a sweep. Game 3 just ended, Phoenix got the shit blown out of them, and Anthony Edwards basically just got the air at Footprint Center pregnant. I don't know where to begin with this entire situation. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not going to edit this as much as I usually do. This is what we call a crash out session because I think everyone knows at this point I'm a diehard Phoenix Suns fan. I've lived in Phoenix my entire life, and ladies and gentlemen, this is fucking embarrassing. I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed of a Suns team, and this is coming from someone that saw Alex Len and Eric Bledsoe out of his prime, and even Tyson Chandler, who was on his last legs in our starting lineup. There have been many bad teams to play for Phoenix, and I've lived through all of them, but they weren't as tragic as this one because those teams had absolutely no expectations set up for them. I mean, in Devin Booker's young career, he played with a lot of shitty teams, and no one really thought they were going to do anything. They're like, oh, cool, they might win 20 to 30 games. But this team, from what I was told, was supposed to contend for an NBA title. And I am at the fault of saying that they should have been at least in the conversation this year, but I was dead fucking wrong. Now, I think there were a couple red flags that a lot of people chose to ignore, and guess what? I'm just as guilty of it myself. Because some of these red flags, I've personally seen myself from other teams, and I've called those teams out, but I didn't call out Phoenix. You know why? Because I'm a little bit biased. I mean, let's be fucking serious. I was a little biased. I ain't gonna hold y'all. And I think I want to start with the fact that you cannot just put some superstar S players together and expect them to win a title. I mean, this team had little to no chemistry coming into the season, which, I mean, is that so crazy to think about? This team was literally put together within an offseason. That one 2021 Suns team that made the finals, I think there's legitimately only one player on that team, and that's Devin Booker. Everyone else is completely gone. Even on the coaching staff, I think 95% of the people are gone. And I get it. During the offseason, you made a big three with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal, and I understand you had to sacrifice a lot to make that happen. And I mean, we've even seen this format before where you get 3 star players and then you have just an okay bench. But I mean, we've seen this format before where you have a big 3 of players that are, you know, all-star level talent or even better. And then you have a supporting cast that isn't the best necessarily, but they play their role and they're on vet minimums. And Phoenix, they did just this exact format, but the issue was they got the wrong guys. And even the guys they got right, for example, like Eric Gordon, which I might get shit for that, but I think Eric Gordon has had a great series so far when given the opportunities. I think Bobo, when given opportunities, he's played solid. Whether you want to say it or not, Grayson Allen has been pretty solid. He was injured this game, so it's hard to justify it. But regardless, Phoenix had some hits and they had some misses. The issue is when you don't fucking play the people who are hitting. I'm not trying to blame this entire thing on Frank Vogel because I think that is unjustifiable to do. I don't think a coach is the only reason a team is going to fail, but I'm sorry. I do think Frank Vogel deserves some of the blame. Like the amount of times this man would just completely forget that he had players in his lineup and just like not use them all is fucking ridiculous. I mean, no disrespect to Josh Kogi. He's not the greatest shooter in the world. However, what this man does on defense is something that you cannot replicate and that Phoenix did not have. I'm pretty sure Bobo made his first appearance in game 3, and this is someone that would have been perfect versus Minnesota. Yeah, he didn't use him. He went to his big 3 and he went to a couple other guys. And I get it, in the playoffs, you're not going to go down to a 10, 12 man lineup. You're usually going to go to around 6 to 7, maybe 8 people bare minimum. And I meant rotation, not lineup. Regardless of that, I think Frank Vogel overall just did not do well this year, but I'm not going to even blame him the most. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is look at the big 3 and how lackluster these fucking guys have been. Now, I know y'all want me to talk shit about Devin Booker, but you know what? I'm not going to. People want me to say, oh, but Devin Booker had this bad game, this bad game. In game 1, they straight up fucking hunted that man. They decided that he was the number 1 person they were going to target on the defensive side. I made a video right after game 1 about Rudy Gobert, and I said that the Minnesota's biggest assignment was to stop Booker from scoring because we all knew Kevin Durant was going to go off. We knew Bradley Beal had an opportunity, but Devin Booker was the one guy that if they could shut him down, then, well, they'd be just fine. But then in game 2, he kind of bounced back. He had 20 points shooting like around 50% from the field. And then in game 3, what did he do? He had around 23. And then in game 3, what did he do? He had 23 points. And I know these are not Devin Booker numbers. These are objectively bad. But again, Devin Booker was the main assignment, so I expected him to struggle a little bit. But the benefit of having a big 3 is, yes, if one of your star players is getting shut down, the other ones are supposed to do well. But Kevin Durant, he has not done well. This man is has been trashed the entire series. I mean, this man has disappeared for like 66% of it. I mean, yeah, 25 points this game. That's all right, but that's not Kevin Durant. The fact that Bradley Beal has been the most impactful player of the big three this entire series is a little surprising to me because most people said, okay, Booker and KD, those are good moves, but getting Bradley Beal, I don't know about that. And from the jump, I was saying, I like Bradley Beal. I think he was a great player we could have gotten, especially when you consider what we got him for. We literally traded Chris Paul and Landry Shamet for him. And look, I love Chris Paul, but you've seen what he's done this year. He has not been the best. And Landry Shamet, I would have traded for a fucking toothpick and half of a sour Skittles bag. Oh, and speaking about Kevin Durant, I think it's time we start having very serious conversations about him. And these are conversations I don't know if I want to have because, again, this guy is old as shit. But the problem is we propped him up like he's a top 5, top 10 player when he is no longer that anymore. In the regular season, he's going to have his numbers, but in the playoffs, I expected this man to drop off, but I didn't think he was going to drop off this bad. Overall, there is just so much wrong with this team, and I don't know where they start in the offseason. Part of me thinks they're going to gut the entire fucking big three and just keep Booker. I know there's rumors like, oh, they need to trade Devin Booker. No, you do not, under any fucking circumstance, trade Devin Booker. That man, Devin Booker, is the lifeline of this fucking team, and if you trade him, I swear to God, you're not going to win anything for the next 10 fucking years. Honestly, Kevin Durant is getting to a point in his career where I don't think he really has much to offer anymore. And this hurts to say because Kevin Durant is my favorite player all time right next to Kobe Bryant. But you can clearly see that this man is just not the same as he used to be. Bradley Beal, I'm kind of iffy on. It's more of a contract thing. Like, do you clear out his, contract because he's taken up a lot of Phoenix's cap space? I think combined, you're looking at about 100 to like 110 mil in money. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not looking at the numbers. Again, this is not unscripted. This is literally all in one take, by the way. I'm literally going to cut this up and I'm uploading the fucking video. But look, I understand. This team was not going to win the NBA Finals. I think we all knew that. I mean, the West was stacked this year. The East has their teams. I knew they weren't going to win the title. The fact that y'all couldn't even compete with Minnesota and the way you guys are going out is fucking sad. If you get beat, plain and simple. I won't be frustrated. The zero amount of effort, the lack of intensity that you guys show is disrespectful. Like I said, Minnesota has been consistent the entire fucking season. They've been the #1 defense. They've had a great offense. They've been good the entire year. Phoenix has been wishy-washy, and a lot of Suns fans got mad at me in my predictions video when I said, hey, I think Minnesota's going to win. And I was being generous when I said Suns in 7 because I thought, okay, the Suns have beaten Minnesota most of the time. There's probably going to be, a little bit of a struggle for Minnesota. Nope. Turns out Minnesota did not give a flying fuck, and that's why they've literally fucked Phoenix. They have literally fucked Phoenix. I'm going to play the clip right now of Anthony Edwards actually fucking Phoenix. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. He fucked Phoenix. He literally fucked the shit out of Phoenix. I cannot over exaggerate how fucking embarrassing this is to go out like this. Again, if you're going to lose, fine, shit's going to happen. But if this is the way you're going to go out, then I think serious conversations need to happen in the offseason. Honestly, I'm kind of out of things to say at this point. I know I could make a more analytical video and about, this is what Minnesota did, this is what Phoenix could have done. But at the end of the day, this is fucking embarrassing. Matter of fact, this shit's going out late as a motherfucker. But honestly, I don't care. This is fucking ridiculous, guys. This is fucking embarrassing, y'all. Phoenix, y'all ought to be a fucking ashamed of yourself. Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, even Booker to a degree, you deserve to be ashamed of yourself. The entire fucking franchise, including Matt Ishbia, you deserve to be ashamed of yourself. And for anyone that says I'm a fake fan because I'm talking shit about my team and I'm criticizing them, you can suck my fucking 5.6-inch dick. Honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. I swear to God, say something in the comment section. I fucking dare you. I'm not taking shit anymore. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, you guys already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'm gonna get ready to smash my fucking monitor. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not, because my monitor is worth more than whatever the fuck Phoenix has been putting out. Hey, at least I'm gonna make a bag from this video though.